mindsets, and you know who is best at talking about these things. We're talking to Antoinette Jan, life purpose coach, Araba Africa. Good morning, darling.
Good morning.
Love your hair. Have you always had this hair? Last 2 weeks when they came, did you have this hair?
No.
What has inspired the look?
It's always been like this. If you look at my photo shoots, I've always had short hair, and I just wanted to do something different.
You thought you should color it too. What is the color I'm interested? Why not green? Why not blue? Why not any other color but this?
This is vibrant.
I'm telling you. I've got a question about whether or not there's a difference between mindset and your thinking.
Okay, so it's the same thing.
The same thing.
It's the same thing. So your mindset, it's the way you think, your assumptions, your inclinations, how you perceive things. And these come from your growing up, your orientation, your education. You know, sometimes in the house they tell you, my favorite one actually, money doesn't grow on trees, take your time, all those things. They form the way you think about a lot of things. And the common ones are about money, about well-being, people who are rich, about life itself. So we form our thinking, which becomes our mindset, from our environment.
Okay. In your years as a practicing as a life purpose coach, what has mindset, the right mindset, done for you? First of all, for you to even want to talk about this and encourage people to have the right one.
MFA, that's actually an interesting question, because what mindset has done for me is for me to be here today in this seat talking to you, because with the right mindset, you're able to unlock your potential. You know what is possible for you. You know what you can actually do. You believe in yourself. You have confidence. You're able to go out and do the things that you really want to do. Mindset can be empowering and limiting. And what we teach in the coaching that we do is that make sure that your mindset is that which empowers you.
Okay. Is this to say that your mindset, okay, well, you mentioned it, so it can be either negative or positive. Then it takes me back to the question, how do you arrive at the mindset? Is it a conscious effort, or like what you said earlier, you are what your life experiences? So for a certain type of mindset, is it you that would wake up in the morning and say that I want to have this mindset? Or by the time you realize your mind is set on something because of the experiences, or you picking them up, how do you arrive at what is called mindset?
So it's the last one you said, by the time you realize, but it's the first part what we want. When you wake up, by the time you realize you have all these mindsets, and I have a blog that is on mindset, and I call it, you are up to a funny business. Okay. Your mind is up to no good, because what you are thinking is not your mind, it is other people's thoughts. You know, you want your mind to be your friend. You want the things that you think to help you, to empower you. For example, you come here, you want to be able to shine at what you are doing. But if you are thinking a certain thought that is not empowering for you, just be sitting here, second guessing yourself, not thinking properly. So the mind that is supposed to help you is not helping you, it's rather taking away from you. Okay. That is why we are asking that the mindset, what you are thinking, becomes conscious. Because unfortunately, our mindset is not conscious a lot of times, because what our parents have told us, what our teachers have told us, that you amount up to no good, you will not be able to do anything. All these things have formed how we think. Life is difficult, there's no money, all these things. They formed how you think. So if you are thinking this way, how would you go out and do anything that you want to do?
Okay. So what about the factors that are uncontrollable? How do you have the right mindset if you find yourself in an environment that is no different? One time, Trevor Noah actually said that in his community in South Africa, where he was born or where he grew up, you don't see anybody like a doctor, or you don't see anybody who has achieved anything. It's either you're on the farm or you're doing something, and yet they will ask the young kids, what do you want to be? And they expect the child to say that, I want to be a doctor. But I ask this because I want to know, how does what you see influence your mindset? And how can you now make that conscious effort, as you were saying? Because if I haven't seen it, I cannot make a conscious effort.
So what you say is really interesting and it's true, because a lot of the work that I have done up till now is in rural development, going to communities and working with young people, children. And when you go into these communities and you ask people, what do you want to do? Most people will tell you, I want to be a teacher or a nurse, because that is what they see. And it forms part of their thinking. And so what you are saying is true, that what we see, what we become exposed to is in a way affects us. But you are hearing this today. And a lot of people, like in growing up, you go to school, you read books. Now the internet is there. You see what people are achieving. You are saying things are not possible. But you can see people who are doing things and making things happen for them. So all these are also things that you are seeing. So it takes the conscious effort to choose where you will be. Because as I've said, your mindset now has to be conscious. I want to take you on this part that there are different types of mindsets.
Okay.
There is a positive and a negative mindset, where people think negative about. There are some people, no matter what you do, everything will be negative. Even if it's the best thing, they will find something negative in that. The positive mindset is that even in a negative situation, you try to find the silver line, you try to find the lessons in it, you try to find what you can make out of the situation. That's the difference between the positive and the negative. There is the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. The growth mindset is that you believe that you'll be able to learn, achieve your potential, you'll be able to do something with yourself, and that what you couldn't do yesterday doesn't mean that you can't do it today. Do you see? So you try, you do things, you learn, you improve. And then the fixed mindset is that you think that nothing is possible. You think that where you've reached is where you've reached, or where I come from, we can't achieve anything. But look at Trevor Noah example that you gave. You just said that he came out from this part where, but is he on the farm? No.
Yeah, he's not.
But there are a lot of things that inspired him, things he saw, people that he looked up to. He started taking action, working on it, and decided that, okay, I could actually make something out of it. Yeah.
Let's take the set out of the mind and separate the two and talk about the mind. I've heard someone say that your mind is the greatest and the strongest part of you, and yet it looks like it's the same thing that will destroy you. What did that person mean?
So, I like what you said, because the Bible says something about the lips, that it is the lips. You know how if you put a horse in a bit, you put something on a horse, with that thing you'll be able to control the horse anywhere it goes. Okay, so that is the control. So with that, you can do good and evil. It's the same with your lips. With your lips, you can say something good, you can say something bad. It's the same with your mind. I said that your mindset has to be either limiting or empowering, and you make sure that it is empowering. The mind, the way you are thinking, your perception. Let's take two people who grew up from the same environment. Let's say Trevor Noah and his friend who grew up, and he was reading, learning, and he was aspiring for things, and his mindset told him that I could actually go out and do things. I could actually be on TV. I could actually be this wonderful host. I like comedy. I could do this and this. And this person also said, well, I like this. I like football. I want to do this. But if I look in my environment, everybody is farming. How can I do it? It can't happen. It won't happen. Negative mindset. It won't happen. I can't do anything. Meanwhile, if he had a positive and a growth mindset, he would say, okay, I can do this, I can learn, I can go to this corner place where they are playing street football. I can start from there. Maybe a scout will find me, maybe this, and then it will happen. So with the same mindset, you can take two people in the same place, but the difference will be their ability to think and unlock their potential. So definitely, that is it.
Okay. Let's look at the role of what you don't know doesn't kill you. What you don't know does not affect you, which means that what you're putting in your mind, that person in that community or that village that doesn't know a doctor or doesn't know a footballer, I want to know the role of opportunity in what mindset does. What role can opportunity? Because this person who attempted to want to be a footballer in a community where there's no footballer, is it that he or she had the opportunity to see a footballer? or spoke to a footballer, how can you come out of a natural mindset and create a new mindset for you? Is in this line, in this bridge, does opportunity play a role?
Opportunity plays a role, but it doesn't start from there. Because opportunity can be before you and you will not see it.